Um, so this is the purpose of life. Purpose of life is to experience the love that the soul feels for God every second of every 24 hours, every day. To do that, we have to achieve states and experiences of transformation throughout our life, like constantly evolving, never-ending transformation, constant growth, constant infinite evolution. To be in a state where we reach our highest potential for love. When we are constantly acting all day, every day in a way that aligns us with our highest potential to be experiencing to be experiencing the love that the soul feels for God, but we're experiencing the journey, the growth. Like as a human being, we're also experiencing like having kids when you do it the way that I envision. It's this, like, the idea of a trophy. I'm not say with me. The idea of a trophy when you're a kid is like you worked hard to achieve something and you gave it your best shot and you won. You did the best that you could. Win, 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 win. When you're a grown up, you don't get trophies that are fucking worth anything. You don't get the satisfaction of love. That's the purpose of life, is to experience the satisfaction of God's love, God's infinite love and abundance and mercy. Thank you. I love you. To experience light. To experience Krishna, to be literally watching yourself, observing, like me, this soul that's been going through infinite bodies, and you, I just don't know your name, but like me observing Henry going through his day, all day, every day, literally doing everything perfect, and then all of a sudden I have a family and I have this bank account and I can change the world because I did what makes me happiest. We don't understand what discipline equals freedom means until we live it. But when you live it, it is undeniable. This is the best way to live. So the point of life when you're like early 20s is to fucking grow up and to become someone that walks in the footsteps of the greatest mentor, the greatest teacher, the greatest spiritual guide of all time. And that's going to be unique to every individual, but it's also going to be the same truths. Wake up early. Wake up early and focus on getting better in a very intentional, structured way. I don't know if there's a fucking bug on my... There's either a bug on my nose or a booger that, like, freaks me out. When you're young, build a spiritual practice. I teach a yoga practice because yoga, as far as I can tell based on my life experience, is the most scientific approach to spiritual evolution. Mind, body, and spirit. And I follow Krishna. I study the Bhagavad Gita, but I also am extremely grateful for Jesus. If you follow Jesus, then follow Jesus, but be Jesus. Hold yourself accountable to the most extreme. None of this fucking bullshit, none of these stories about who we are and what we do and fucking, well, this is me and I struggle with this, and it's like, well, wake up early and sit with all that shit and figure out what you're doing wrong, and then, like, write it out, talk it out into your smartphone, into the recorder if you have to, but focus on that every day, and don't be speaking negatively to yourself ever, unless you're trying to be a bitch. If you're trying to be a bitch, then call yourself a bitch. That's what I mean. Be honest with yourself. But be honest with yourself. Put your ego on the shelf. I promise you it helps. You ain't got to be what they expect. You ain't got to be what you expect. Like, you don't have to be. So many people, especially at my age, it's like our childhood. All these memories is who we are. It's like, no, this is bullshit. Who you are, you decide right now. When you get up early every day and all of a sudden you're a different person a week from now because you started getting up early as shit, and just studying yourself, figuring out who you, like, what am I going to do? What is my purpose? How am I going to help the human race? Because if I can do that in a way where I can monetize it, which I can, because leaders get up early and they get shit done. Everyone can do this shit. Don't be a bitch. That's going to be part of the tattoo. Don't be a bitch. When you're young, structure your life in a way so that you can be the best version of yourself and you can find your purpose. And in finding union with your breath early in the morning, every morning, you will find your purpose. The physical yoga will definitely help. And it will help you deal with the past. Like, really help you deal with the past. Then as you deal with the past, you open up space. And for me, when I was especially, like, that one summer, before shit popped off, that one summer, as I relieved tension, I relieved trauma, I got visions of the future. I got just these feelings. I like had conversations. I started to understand myself. But life was so simple then. We grow up, and the more that we grow up and the closer we get to our goals, the more complicated life kind of gets. But then at a certain point, there's a turning point. And it's just when you make a decision. Like, all you really have to do is be like, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to do it. I'm done. Like, pray intensely, but in a way where it's like not God, not, just be honest with yourself. For the kids, we can create heaven. It's not that difficult. We just have to be Navy SEALs. Thank you.